Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we are going to be talking about how to track gym progress for teen lifters who are bulking. And this topic means a lot to me right now because I'm bulking. And so a lot of these upcoming videos are going to be about bulking and about my kind of bulking phase that I'm in right now and everything about that. So this is part of that. How to track your bulking progress, basically, how to make sure that you are making progress, how to track it. But before we get into this, my name is Noah. I am the founder of Get Her Done Fitness, and I made it my mission to help all young teenage men who are just like myself get the body of their dreams. And there are currently a few seats available in my Teen Transformation Accelerator, where I'm helping all the young teenage men ages 16 through 19 get their dream physique in insane amounts of muscle and minimal fat in 12 weeks. And you're going to get results that much quicker if you work with me, because I've taken everything that I've learned in the past 3 years and gaining 40 pounds of muscle, and I've removed all the road bumps and mistakes and misinformation. And so you are going to be getting the clear cut A through Z copy paste process that you can apply to yourself and see crazy results in 12 weeks. And so if that sounds interesting to you and you think you might be a good fit for that program, make sure to go down below and click the link to book a call with me. I'm looking forward to potentially working with a select few of you. Let's hop right into this one. How to track gym progress for teen lifters who are bulking. Okay. And so I would say a very big part of bulking, and this isn't the most important thing when it comes to bulking, but a very big part of bulking is going to be actually making sure that you're making progress. Because if you're not tracking your progress, if you're not seeing exactly where you're at, it's really hard to tell if what you're doing is actually working. Because for some people, they might not be eating enough, and they think that they're eating enough. Like say they're eating 3,500 calories, but they're still not gaining any weight. That probably means that they need to eat more and that they have a really high metabolism, and so 3,500 calories isn't a caloric surplus for them, right? Or there's many other examples, or maybe they're not training hard enough, or maybe like there's a multitude of factors that are within your control when it comes to bulking that you can kind of gauge and push on the gas pedal or let off the gas pedal depending on how your progress is going. And so when it comes to actually tracking your progress and seeing that progress, there are multiple ways to do this, and I'll explain to you my favorite ways and a lot of other common ways and everything about it. And so my favorite way to track progress is how much I'm lifting. Okay, and so what exactly that means is that I'm basically, every time that I go into the gym and I lift weights for squat, bench, or deadlift, I'm tracking how much I'm doing, and I'm making sure that I'm consistently getting stronger. Because a very basic principle, and if anyone tries to tell you otherwise or that this isn't true, like they're lying to you. Like, this is plain cold hard facts, whatever you want to call it. It's facts. Okay, this is factual. This is the truth that I'm speaking, and that is that mass moves mass. And so if you're getting stronger consistently, that means you are consistently going to be getting bigger. Okay, because mass moves mass. So the guy that weighs 190 pounds and is 15% body fat is probably benching more than the guy that weighs 180 pounds and is also 15% body fat. And sure, there can be some sort of variations with, your genetics and just how strong you are. But the point is that as you gain muscle, you're going to be getting stronger, and vice versa. As you get stronger, you are inevitably going to be gaining muscle. Like, it just goes hand in hand. Mass moves mass. And so if you're getting stronger in the gym, if you're going in and consistently lifting more, making progress, that is a really good thing. And that's how you know that you are getting bigger, because you're getting stronger. And my second favorite way to track progress, and I also do this on a regular basis, is going to be my weight and checking my weight. Because if you're trying to gain muscle, that means you're going to be gaining weight. And so I basically weigh myself every morning, but I don't rely solely on the weight that I get every single morning. And I'll tell you why. Because there are going to be fluctuations in your weight for factors that are out of your control, right? Find a consistent time to weigh yourself. So have a set time, like every day. So like, I weigh myself when I wake up and before I go to bed. So if I forget to weigh myself on a certain day after I wake up, I'll do it before I go to bed. And the reason why I do it at the end or the beginning of the day is going to be because that's when I'm going to weigh the less, or excuse me, that's when I'm going to weigh the least. Because when you wake up, there's no food in your system. And I should rephrase this. It's after I wake up and after I go number 1 and 2, if I need to. And why I do this, it's because when I wake up and then I get that stuff out of my system, then that is like as bare as it's going to get, because you don't have any extra food in your system, you haven't drinking any water yet. Like, it's just as bare and as raw as it can get. And so the point is that you need to be consistently weighing yourself at the same time every day, or the same time frame. Like, I don't weigh myself at 8 a.m. every day. It's just after I wake up. If I wake up at 10, then I weigh myself at 10. If I wake up at 7, I weigh myself at 7. But the point is that I have a consistent time that I weigh myself, which is after I wake up. And then on top of that too, I don't rely solely on the day-to-day weight, because if I look at it, yet again, even though I'm weighing myself in the morning, and so it's about as bare bones and raw as it can get when it comes to my weight, there can still be many fluctuations for different reasons that aren't muscle or fat gain or loss. And so I basically kind of do an average. And so the average weights for all the week. And so if I'm consistently weighing in at somewhere between 163 and 166, right, for an entire week, okay, I'm in between 163 and 166. That was the low, that was the high. It was 163, then the highest during the week was 166. And then the next week, I'm going to compare those numbers. So then the next week, maybe my low was 164, my high was 166. And so even though I didn't gain weight, like I didn't go past 166, my range of numbers was higher. And maybe the next week it's going to be 164 to 167. And so as you can see, that's going to be a constant upward graph. And so that's going to be you gaining weight and gaining muscle and bulking, okay? And the other way, which I would say isn't as reliable, but I still do it, and I recommend that you do it as well. I don't necessarily do it for bulking progress tracking, but I more so just do it, for the pictures. But I take pictures of all my pumps, and I can kind of go through my pictures and I can see myself just getting bigger. So if I'm in a bulking phase, I can go to the first day of the bulk and then say that I'm 2 months into the bulk, and then I go to my most recent photo. So I was 2 months span. I can look and I'm like, wow, I look way bigger. Or, wow, I don't look as much bigger, but hey, I still look a little bit bigger, yada, yada. And so it's not that reliable of a way to track your progress, but it's definitely very encouraging to look back, however many weeks, months, and see your progress, because it's really difficult, in terms of you looking in the mirror. I mean, even if the weights are going up, even if the scale's going up, even if you're moving more weight in the gym, if you're not actually seeing progress in the mirror, it can be really demotivating sometimes. And, I don't think you should rely on motivation and how you feel. Like, I think you should just go in and just train anyways and just get her done. But regardless, for some people, and myself included, sometimes it can be really demotivating when you go look in the mirror and it doesn't feel like you look any different. But then you go look at your camera roll and you see how you looked even 2 weeks ago, and you're like, holy shit, I'm like way bigger now. That's a good thing. Like that's why I take pictures. Or there's like a few guys in my gym who literally like look down and making fun of people who are taking pictures of themselves. Like, if we're over there on the cables, I'm snapping a picture and the guy's like, hey, you want me to snap a picture for you? Hey dude, you gotta actually lift the weights to make them grow. You can't just flex them. Like, just stupid shit like that. People need to understand that for a lot of us, myself included, taking pictures is not about being vain and just trying to say, "Ooh, look at me flex." It's like, no, I'm literally like, I'm just tracking the gains. I'm tracking the progress. I'm here for the exact same reason that you are, dude. Like, I'm trying to work out, just mind your own damn business. That's a whole other topic. But regardless, just don't care what other people think, and go take some pictures while you're at the gym, and you will see progress. And if you're also tracking your weight and tracking how much weight you're moving in the gym, you are seriously going to be seeing some crazy progress. I hope you guys found this video useful. Make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button so you never miss a new video. I want to keep on bringing this valuable content to you, and I never want you to miss a new upload, so make sure to go down below, click that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Always remember to get her done.